Hey, Ricardo here from Easy Access. Today we're going to show you how to set up a scaffold the safest way possible. So we've developed a bit of a system to always stay behind the guardrail while you're setting up, so it makes it a much more safer install. We're using the Mobi 400 model. We are also using a few extra components to make sure we're extra safe. So these can be purchased separately. It's 6 extra guardrails and then 2 extra platforms, 1 access platform and 1 standard Mobi platform. And you can watch along and learn how we use these extra components to essentially set up the scaffold in the most safest way possible. And at the end of the build, we'll have the top platform that's got a full surround guardrail, and then we'll have a middle platform, which you can see right now, also with guardrailing, so 2 levels. It's important to do a quick check over the components to ensure there's no damage such as dents, cracks or buckling, as these can affect the structural integrity of the tower. As this is a brand new tower off our production line and has been quality checked, we don't need to do it this time around. First up, we can install the casters. Start by simply sliding the black plastic collar over top of the casters, and now we can slide the casters into the scaffold. Make sure that the casters are locked off before we do this. Once the casters are added into the end frames, we can simply tighten these off. Do this by tightening the wing nut until it's tight against the frame. You will notice a little silver collar on the outside of the frame, and this simply slides and locks into place. Now we can start installing the guardrail ledges and diagonal braces. You'll notice that these are colour coded, so the guardrail ledges are colour coded black and the diagonal braces are colour coded green. The plan brace, which we'll explain shortly, is colour coded purple. It can be easiest to lean the scaffold frame up against a wall when starting off setting up the scaffold. From here we can install the diagonal brace on the second rung up on the end frame and the guardrail ledger on the very bottom rung. Next up we'll install the plan brace, which is colour coded purple, and it goes from corner to corner across the scaffold and simply grafters into place. Now we can put the other end frame in place and attach the guardrail ledger onto the bottom end frame, and then the diagonal brace attaches to the second rung down. This gives us a freestanding tower. You'll notice our snap lock graspers make it very easy to lock into place and are very good quality graspers. Now we can start installing the platforms. We're going to put our access hatch platform on the very top rung of the frames. Now we'll go and install the other platform. This is installed about 3 rungs down, and we'll use this in the meantime to install the next part of the scaffold tower above the top rung on the end frames to provide a temporary guardrail while we set up the next part of the tower. Now we can install the next end frames and secure these off by securing the D-clips into place. Next up, we want to install 2 more guardrails, one above the second rung on the end frame we've just added, and the second on the rung above this, which is above the 3rd rung on the end frames we've just added. We also want to install 1 more guardrail on the opposite side of the tower, just above the 3rd or 4th rung on the end frames. Next up, we want to move the standard platform to the rung just below the access platform. Now we want to install 2 more green diagonal braces. These clip on where the other diagonal brace finishes and goes up and attaches to the corresponding cross brace on the opposite side of the tower. The diagonal braces should start to have a zigzag appearance as they go from one side of the tower to the other. Now we want to install the second standard platform. We're going to put this directly above the access platform we've already installed on the 3rd rung up of the second end frames. Now we're going to install the second access platform. This goes right on the top rung of the second end frames. So make sure when you're setting up the access platforms, make sure this platform, the access, is opposite to the access on the other side. So you come through this way and you've got room to move and come up through the other way once you've got it set up. Now we want to install another guardrail just above the top rungs of the end frames. Now I'm going to climb up to the next platform so I can install the guardrail end frames. These simply slot on and have the same D-clips which push in to lock into place. Now we can install the guardrails to the guardrail end frames. These go on the inside of the tower and face outwards. Never install a snap lock guardrail on the outside of the tower, otherwise there's risk of it popping off when pressure is applied. Now we can install the remainder of the diagonal braces. These go from where the previous diagonal brace left off and up to the corresponding diagonal brace on the other side of the tower. Now we can move the second standard platform up beside the access platform on the top rung of the second end frames. From here we want to add extra guardrails, so there are 3 guardrails protecting the 2 lower platforms on both sides. Now we can add the last diagonal brace. This only goes on one side of the tower and goes from where the last diagonal brace left off right up to the top guardrail end frame. Last but not least, we need to install a toe board. This can be simply passed up, and then once it's up, folds into place and over top of the platform. There we have it. We've just set up a mobile scaffold tower using the Mobi 400 system. The beauty of this safe setup, we're using extra components, but these components can be used to make an extra platform height. So we've got one halfway up the tower while still having a guardrail around me. So we've got 2 working areas. We've got one at the full height and we've got one half up the tower with the guardrail. So a safe way to set it up and a very safe way to use the Mobi system 2 ways. Thanks for following along and all the best with setting up your easy access mobile scaffolding system the safest way possible.